Hi, I'm excited to be joined by Luke from Kamiwaza AI today. Hi, Luke. Thanks for joining me.
Yeah, super happy to be here.
The hype cycle around AI is off the charts. I don't know that they, when they started to join hype cycles, they had quite enough of a hype there. The word of the year is agentic, and now moving into multimodal and agentic. So a lot of excitement, a lot of hype. I'd like to get your thoughts on it.
Yeah, so we're really seeing this amazing advancement around multimodal models and reasoning models. And what that has done is it's really unlocked, I'd say, all data sets and all workflows within the enterprise. Typically within 24 to 48 hours, a developer can literally automate an entire workflow at the enterprise scale. And what I mean by that is something that's putting data into SAP, something that's taking data out of SAP, something that's put it into, say, Ariba, something that's taking it out of there, actually making payments, and having it done in a secure manner that's actually predictable is this new edge of AI that's starting to get out there. And I think the enterprises are going to start adopting it a lot quicker because of that.
I love where you're going, where it becomes a workflow rather than an answer.
Yeah.
We've thought about, when ChatGPT happened, AI became about that outcome or that input, but now taking that to what really humans do, which is a workflow, being able to go from point A to point Q and being able to make the stops in between. I'd love to get some more thoughts or input from you on the Kamiwaza AI platform and how that is starting to underpin this entire movement.
Yeah, so what we did is we wanted to reimagine the effort that actually goes into sort of AI within the enterprise. And what I mean by that is if an agent has CPU and memory, and that's running in location A, but the data it needs is in location B and location C, how do you actually get it there? And how do you do it 10,000 times a second? So with that, we're like, that may not work under traditional sort of ideas. So we actually broke the workload up into, a package, a real simple Docker container. That Docker container can now be installed anywhere. So now you can have it at site A, site B, and the actual site where the GPUs are that are processing. So an inference comes in, it gets federated out, it actually runs all the data, gets the answer, sends the answer back. And now, like you said, you can do a workflow. You can actually have an agent be everywhere and anywhere and actually do a workflow across the entire enterprise. And that really changes the game.
One of the things that I love about your platform is that thoughtfulness about the data, because data is, whether you call it fuel or oil or whatever you want to do with AI, whatever that analogy you want to use is, it's such an important part of that. However, the way your platform is treating the data is so important to helping the enterprise customer be successful with AI.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's actually a large reason why we love our partnership with HPE. The ability to have one partner that we can pass our customers to for the data and the compute and have that all wrapped together with the networking and everything it takes to actually deliver a full AI solution is a big reason I'm actually just loving our partnership. But overall, we're seeing enterprises that petabyte and exabyte level scale finally start to adopt AI because AI now can read that data, process that data, and actually start to, like you said, change the workflows, change the whole way enterprises think about it. And it's just an exciting time.
It's always energizing when you start to look at what we can help our customers do. When you think about Kamiwaza, what are the 1 to 3 kind of attributes that are really make it special, make it such an exciting platform, and why so many customers are talking to you?
Nice tee up, thank you. So first off, we started with the idea of being silicon agnostic on our side. So we wanted to make sure that the workload could be broken up and ran where it needed to be, whether that's cloud, prem, and edge, and sometimes that means different types of GPUs and even CPUs that do some of the inferencing. Second, we wanted to actually be able to process the data where it lies. So we call that our inference mesh and our locality aware data engine. We actually know where the data is because we scan it all, prep it for AI, for RAG and graph, and then we can now redirect the inference requests in that inference mesh to where the data resides. Last, we do outcome-based support. So as long as an outcome that the customer wants connects to the data, our systems connect to it, and it passes through our stack, we're happy to do an actual support ticket for a workflow. And that gives us the ability to have the customer move from shelfware to valueware, actually using it, actually getting value out of it day one. And depending on the tier they buy, they keep getting more and more outcome support tickets.
I think the real focus that I think you all have brought to the enterprise customer and looking at outcomes, that it's all outcome driven, that it's not model driven, but that it's in customer outcome is what is so powerful. and in these conversations. Well, I'm excited you're now a part of Unleash AI.
I couldn't be more excited.
And but you touched on it a little bit, but I'd love to just revisit kind of the why of Unleash AI and working with HPE.
Yeah, so the enterprise is making a lot of bold leaps, especially in the AI world. And when they do that, they need a trusted foundation to actually leap onto. And the fact that they trust HPE, that it's been packaged, that there's a full sort of service delivery capability, especially with PC AI, is really opened the door that we can now push the customer faster and further because we have you guys to land on.
Well, I really appreciate your partnership and for joining us today.
Thank you.